Well, Farm to School brings healthy food from local farms to school children nationwide. The program teaches students about the path from farm to fork and instills healthy eating habits. We're now joined on the phone by Nebraska Farm to School lead with Center for Rural Affairs, Sarah Smith. Good morning, Ms. Smith. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Abby. I'm happy to join.
All right, so go ahead and just kind of give us a rundown of this. What are the core components of this program?
Well, Farm to School integrates a couple different components, but the key ones are really looking at procurement. So how are foods brought into the cafeteria, on the lunch tray, breakfast, and snacks. It also includes school gardens and integrating agriculture, nutrition, and healthy living into the classroom with curriculum and things like farm tours.
Now, how many schools are involved in this program in Nebraska?
Well, we have some new census results that will be coming up in January, actually, but the last census was in 2012, and there were 49 documented schools. And nationally, this new census is showing us that over 42,000 schools are bringing the farm to school nationally. So I do think we'll see an increase from those 2012 numbers when that January census comes out.
Very nice. So obviously with so many schools involved, you are seeing what does work and what, is working for you guys. Let's talk about what are the best practices that you have found, maybe that you could share that schools have learned.
Well, having a diverse spectrum of stakeholders involved is really critical. So we see when there's a team involved at the school level, a lot more happens, a lot more traction happens. So obviously, if you have leadership support from administration, your superintendent and or your principal involved, that helps keep things moving. We see you need to have your food service director on board and an educator, even bringing onto your team somebody from your maintenance department if you're really looking at putting a school garden in, and really determining what assets do you already have as a school district to move forward to help kind of determine your direction. So bringing in anybody that's interested to have the conversation and moving forward that way is a good way to go. Also, you could go in so many different directions that if you can just get started and start small, we see that really helps bring motivation to the students and to the staff involved. So starting small and bringing a whole different range of people to the table to talk about what kinds of activities you want to do with Farm to School at your district.
Absolutely. I think that is good advice, starting small and leading to something much bigger. We're looking at some video and obviously a lot of happy kids involved in the program. Tell us a little bit about the feedback that you've seen.
Well, the feedback that we've seen tremendous support from food service staff and from FFA advisors. And once those folks get on board, then we see the students actually take real ownership of the programs too. You see that there's reduced plate waste in the cafeteria because the food is better, the kids like it more. There's increased participation in school meal programs. So across the board on average, school meal programs see a 9% increase in participation. School meal program costs actually go down with local foods, and you see some increased support from parents and community members because the food is healthier.
Absolutely. Well, so many positives of this program. We certainly appreciate you sharing more about, giving us some insight into the Farm to School program. Sarah Smith from the Nebraska Farm to School leader. Thank you very much. We appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Abby.